Greetings comic book fans, welcome to the Dude Cave, welcome to Dude's Comic Haul. I'm Jason and this is my weekly video where I share with you the brand new comics I picked up today and officially the best day of the week, New Comic Book Day. I don't know why, but every Wednesday if I have to get the bus from far, the traffic is terrible, and like my wife has the same problem getting to and from work. My mum, she goes to a day centre on a Wednesday and she has the same problems. It's like, you know, I don't know what it is in Birmingham. Every Wednesday the traffic is crazy. My personal theory is that we've got a lot of secret comic book collectors in Birmingham and that they're all trying to get to the comic shop. So like everybody wants to get the work day done so they can get to the comic shop. But I did get my comics today, so all is rosy in the garden. So I'm going to share with you all my books I picked up now. I got 12 in total. One was from last week that didn't come in until this week, and the other 11 are all this week. And every single one is off my order, nothing off the shelves. I'd like to say it's fantastic strength and fortitude on my part that I didn't succumb to temptation. But really, there was nothing from what I knew was out. There was nothing that really had caught my eye, and I didn't really look that much on the shelf because everything was here. So you know, and the time I got to the comic shop, I was like, I just wanted to get home and get something to eat. So I didn't really spend that too long in the comic shop. So that's the reason. I should be bigging myself up and like, yes, I've got strong intestinal fortitude and I overcame temptation, but nah, I gotta be honest. it was more the fact that there was nothing that really caught my eye. The reason I didn't pick up. Anyway, let's get into these books. So from last week I have Iva Time Walker, issue number 9. I've really been enjoying this series and this relationship that's been building between Iva and this lady Neela, I think her name was Neela Sethi. Last issue ended really interestingly. I think Iva I know there was some freaky stuff happening at the end of last issue. The brilliant thing about Valiant is they have like the recap page on the inside, so it'll all come flooding back to me once I start looking at it. That's kind of a sign, you know, you're probably reading too many comics when things start getting a bit jumbled in your mind. But yeah, I've really been loving this book. Valiant are really doing a lot of good books right now, and it's a good time to be jumping on Valiant because they're doing a lot of good stuff. We then have the final issue of Doctor Who, The Four Doctors, issue number 5. Issue number 4 I felt was the best issue of the series thus far. So now we get the conclusion, and my comic shop, they saved me the photo cover. They're so brilliant, you know, I don't have to remind them everything. I just said the one week I liked the photo cover, and every week they've put that cover in my box. So my comic shop, they're just fantastic. For anyone out there who lives in the Birmingham or West Midlands area, Nostalgia Comics, brilliant. If you're going to set up an order with someone, Nostalgia Comics do a great job. And yeah, but getting back to this, advertisement over, getting back to this, Doctor Who, I was kind of mixed on this series. The first 3 issues I was kind of a bit mixed. There was good stuff, but there was other stuff that I wasn't really feeling. But I felt for the 4th issue it kind of all came together, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how everything's going to end up this issue, because things really went to hell last issue. So we only had like one character left, you know, and it's like, wow, how are we going to set this right? Next up we have from Valiant, the Book of Death, issue number 3. I do like this cover. It's kind of a smoothie kind of. I don't know if you can see the light there. This is like kind of like normal cardboard, and then this is kind of like your glossy kind of stuff. But yeah, I really do like that cover. The thing about Valiant when they do their events, it's like they do these kind of hard cardboard covers, and it really makes the event feel special because the cover feels special. And it's such a simple thing to do, and they don't charge any extra. It's still the same regular price, but Valiant really do make their events feel special, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next in this Book of Death. I like Eternal Warrior. He's one of my favourite characters, but things weren't looking good for him in the Geomancer, so we'll see how that goes. We then have, now into DC, we have Batgirl, issue number 44. Looks like there's going to be a bit of smooching in this issue. I'm gathering that's Luke Fox, Lucius Fox's son. But yeah, something going on there. But I've been really enjoying this book, you know. I've said it before, the first kind of issue of this new creative team, I didn't really do it for me. And I think part of it was because it was so different from what had come before, that it was a bit of a shock. But kind of once I got over that shock and I kind of caught up on it, it's been a really good series and very, very consistent. And I just really like the tone as well. There's a really fun tone, and you can feel some of the stories that they're building to different things. One of the books I'm super excited for this week, it is Grayson, issue number 12, The Journey Home. Is he going to go back to Gotham? You know, like if he goes back, is he going to stay undercover? How's he going to react when there's a new Batman? Is he going to uncover that Bruce Wayne's still alive, but he's kind of got amnesia? Is he going to, you know, is he going to go to Alfred? Is he going to go to the other members of the Bat family and reveal he's alive? And how are they going to take that? You know, and if he doesn't, if he stays in secret, you know, what's going to happen then? So yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff here that I'm really excited to see where it's going to go. And plus we've still got stuff from that organisation he walked away from that hasn't really been fully resolved yet. So I'm gathering we're going to go back to that. We then have Justice League 3001, issue number 4. I think this is one of the best books that's under the radar that I don't hear many people talking about, but every issue is a lot of fun. There's times when I just laugh out loud. There's times that you know, I'm really invested in the characters. I just really love it. It is really good stuff, but like I say, I don't hear many people talk about it, which is a shame because it is a really good book. I still have the concern that there might be too many characters in the book, because it's difficult. I think last issue did probably the best job of kind of balancing all the stories, but there were some characters, like last issue was the first time we'd saw them since they kind of relaunched the book. So that is my concern, but other than that, I'm really loving this book and it's a lot of fun. Look forward to getting into that. Then we have He-Man, The Eternity War, issue number 10. We've got Skeletor there doing the whole I have the power kind of business. I just get kind of a really cool nostalgic feel about He-Man. It was a big part of my childhood. I can remember the Christmas that He-Man come out, and my mom, for Christmas, because it was the new toy, she got me, I got He-Man, Battle-Cat, Skeletor and Ram-Man for Christmas, and I was like, wow. And the cool thing about the figures, I remember, was they came with a little comic, and that was awesome because you was kind of able to get who these characters are and a little bit about them, and so that was always really cool. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Last issue was a real humdinger. It really, everything kind of changed. By the end of the issue, everything had changed. But going into that issue, things will go in one direction, and then everything just flipped by the end, and Skeletor was like looking like he's come out on top now. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen next, because this book has been really good. I think they've done a really good job with taking the characters and building on the stories of the originals. We then have a Nameless, issue number 5. Seems ages since we had an issue of Nameless, but I've been enjoying this book. My only gripe is it's a Grant Morrison book, so obviously it's going to be at times a bit difficult, but it's kind of, with Grant Morrison, if you can stick the journey, when you get to the destination, it's usually worth the journey, you know. But like, it's sticking out that journey, and it doesn't help when you go a few months between issues, or at least it feels like we've gone a few months between issues, because already you've got a complex story, and having a couple of months off, or even a month off, it's kind of like, okay, now where was it? And this, unlike the Valiant books, there's like no recap page in here, so it's kind of like you've got to have everything from memory. So yeah, I'm kind of tempted to kind of jump to getting this one in trade, to make another space on my pull list. The only thing that really makes me want to keep it is because one, I am enjoying it, but also it's a $2.99 book, so it doesn't take as much room. If this was a $3.99 book, I think without hesitation, and maybe that's wrong, maybe that's some kind of prejudice, I don't know, but if it was a $3.99 book without hesitation, I'd say no, I'm going to get that in trade. But because it's $2.99, I'm a bit more patient with it. But yeah, is a book that I'm looking at that maybe it would be better as a trade when I can read it in chunks, especially if they're going to release it in such a kind of way. It might be better, but I'll see how I get on with this issue before I make a choice. Another book that I'm super excited for is Invisible Republic, issue number 6. This book like just gets better and better with each issue. Really loving like the whole story. We had the big reveal at the end of the last issue, I think it was. The big shock of like the one character showing up. So I'm really excited to see where we're going to go next. And if we're going to still have the 2 stories. We then have from Marvel, we have Star Wars Kanan, issue number 6. I initially dropped this book just because there were so many books. But I've kind of, as we get closer to Force Awakens, I've kind of got Star Wars fever. I've come down with a real bad case of it. And that's meant I went back to this book. Really enjoyed the arc of the first 5 issues. Kind of the early days of Kanan, but has he kind of broken away? Has like Order 66 come down, and he's kind of had to survive as this Padawan who's now on the run, and so that's all been a really good story and interesting journey for the character. This issue, I think is all the characters from Star Wars Rebels in, so it's not set in the past. It's kind of, for them, it's the present. It's the present day kind of deal. So because the planet, I don't know if it's going to carry on, because like last issue, like the whole thing that had that flashback of like of the past of Kanan, kind of that the planet that he initially escaped from, they were going back to. So, and he kind of was remembering the Clone Wars, and that was the last time he was on this planet, which I thought was a nice kind of way to do it. So I don't know if this is going to follow up with that mission. It makes sense if it did. Then we've got Weird World, which I love that cover. This is issue number 4. I've been really enjoying this series. The art by Mike Del Mundo has been really beautiful. The writing by Jason Aaron at the moment, I think can't do no wrong. It's like he could write out the phone book and it'd be a top seller. He's doing really good. And the thing I've always found about Jason Aaron is I always thought he was good, but I remember his Incredible Hulk run, and he had some good stories there, but I think it was hampered because each issue he had a different artist, or at least it seemed that way. From my memory, he had a different artist, and I think Aaron works best, and maybe this is a general thing. He works best with a consistent artist, and like on this one, we've had Mike Del Mundo all the way through. On 4, he's had like consistently, like he's had Ribic for God of Thunder. And then with 4, I can't remember the artist's name he had on that, but he had consistent artists, and I think that does help. Because like really think about it, and you think about the best books out today, and I think pretty much majority of them have a consistent team, and so I think often comic companies under kind of appreciate the artist and the contribution they make to the book, and that if you're going to have a good book, you need a consistent team, a consistent writer, a consistent artist. And I don't think that like, I kind of immediately off my mind, I think a good comic book series that I've enjoyed, things like Saga, things like the current Batman run, things like Daredevil. Like, I know in the early days of Daredevil, there was a different artist, but certainly for like the high point of like that Mark Waid run, it was Chris Samney on art, and Hawkeye, you had that consistent team. Jeff Lemire's run on Green Arrow, you had a consistent artist on that. So in Andrea Sorrentino, so you look at a lot of the best books that have been out in recent years, and you've got that consistent team. But still, it seems comic companies don't appreciate that, and don't appreciate the artist enough. But anywho, I can get off my soapbox. I've been enjoying this book, looking forward to where we're going next, as he continues to try and find his way home. We then have the final issue, which I'm gathering it's the final issue, Years of Future Past, issue 5. These books are generally, they're like, I don't know, it doesn't say at the end, but it's got like Marvel, so it might be the end. I'm not sure, But yeah, I've been enjoying Years of Future Past. Off my memory, and my memory might be faulty because I'm getting to that age where my memory does get a bit faulty. This has been good. I think the last issue, I'm not sure. I kind of have the memory that it wasn't as good. But I've still enjoyed this series, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to finish the story up. So that's me and my books for this week. Enough of me yakking. I'm going to go and get a nice cool beverage, upload this video and start reading my comics. I hope you all have a great week. Please use the comments below. Let me know if there's any books that I've not picked up that you picked up this week that you think are really good or that you're really looking forward to. If you like the video, give me those beautiful thumbs up. The aim is to be back with a review video at the weekend because I've got training next week. I'm doing forklift training. It was my first day of the practical part today, and we've got that for 7 days. So like we have 3 days this week, and I think it's 4 days next week. So I've got the weekend off. That's why I kind of want to get my reviews done. And with only 12 books to read, I probably will have my books finished by Saturday, and so I'll do my video Sunday. That's the plan anyway. But anywho, thank you very much for watching. That is pretty much everything. Hope you all have a great time with your books this week. I've been Jason. This has been Dudes Comic Haul. Bye for now.